How's it going? Really nothing, different than yesterday. Really was a story of our own issues, own errors that we just couldn't overcome yesterday. It was just too much. Dug ourselves in a hole, and we just got to clean those things up, and we sharpen up our own issues here and get back to what we do, take care of the ball, and we'll be all right.
Fields touchdown at the end yesterday in the defense on it. Hutchinson told some reporters after the game that he put the stunt on, just trying to make a play. I'm just wondering, can you explain that a little bit? Does he have can he call his own pass rush games, I guess, that doesn't come from AG? And if so, what guide rails are in place to make sure something like that doesn't happen?
Yeah, those guys have abilities to, depending on, the protection. And, sounds like he took accountability, right? So we're good.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's common then, right? Those guys up front, just based on what they see, they have the flexibility to okay, I want to do this.
Yeah, inside of what the call is. And they know. Yep.
Dan, we've seen Jamison snap count grow. We've heard from you guys the trust is growing in him in his execution of the roles, but the targets aren't there. Is there a need to find, I guess, an expansion of the route tree to find other ways to get the ball in his head beyond the, some of these handoffs and deep shots?
Yeah, we'll keep working with him. He's improving. So, we'll keep working to find some different ways to get him more involved, because he's putting the work in and he's improving, and but he's really no different than Saint. Keep finding ways to get Saint more involved. Reynolds did some good things, find a way to get him involved. So, look, we're going to do what's best for us and ask our guys to do things they do well, And so, yeah, we absolutely. He's earned that. So we're going to keep working at it.
Is there a chance you get Frank back this week, or is that still kind of yet to be determined?
Yet to be determined. He is improving, He's improving, but there again, I won't know for a little bit here.
James Houston said last week he was hoping to get a couple games before the playoffs. Does that mean he could be potentially coming back to practice this week?
No. I think it'll be a while before that. Look, I do think there's a chance, but I think we're looking late December, January possibly.
Is there still a chance for him?
Yeah, I think there's a chance. I think Lazarus has a chance. I think he does. He's improved. I mean, both of those guys have, but CJ's, man, he's kicking it in overdrive, and he's healed quick and is healing quick, and most of it's going to be about just is his body ready for that? Will he be able to do it without re-injuring, and is it stable, strong enough? And I know he's taken off, but we'll see. Probably same timeline. If there is a chance, it'd be late December, January probably.
How encouraging was it to see the game Kamish put up yesterday? I know you guys have kind of been looking for that other guy opposite Hutch to give you something. That was maybe his best game yesterday. Is that encouraging moving forward to get that kind of game out of John?
Yeah, I mean, anytime those guys up front, play well for us, it's good. And to get some production on the inside, I thought he did play well. And, one of the best plays he made was, early in that game, probably the third series, one of the read runs there, and Barnes did a good job of keeping him boxed in. He surfed it and then came back and made the play on Fields. That was really good, because that's not easy on him now. It's not easy on any player, but that was something that even in practice last week, we had some trouble with, and that was good to see. That was just one of a few plays that he did really well for us. So he showed up.
Leading into the New Orleans game, we talked about how special that was for you to go back to a place. I don't know, how does this week with Sean and just all he's meant to your career, what does this game mean to you, if anything, a little extra?
It means we better be on our stuff, because he's going to come here to try to embarrass us. That's what it means. And And so that's our motivation. That's my motivation. And it's about winning, man. All we got to do is find a way to win. And we're going to have to be at our best. And we will be at our best.
Interview earlier this season after they had the game in Miami, and you had some comments very prophetic that they were going to get it right. They would be playing their best ball when they were coming in here, and very much that looks to be the case. Just from your experiences with Sean, why were you able to say that so confidently? And I guess what have you learned from working with him about digging out of a hole? I guess.
Man, you don't do this. You just do this. You just keep putting in the work. You don't overreact to what it may appear to be. Man, you just go by the facts. You look at what is the issue, what is the problem? Is it turnovers? Is it the fundamentals? Is your first step? Are we not getting the call fast enough? And when you go back and look at anything that has hurt us, it's our own issues, and it's the little things that come from day one. And honestly, the teams that are winning and consistently win are the ones that do the little things right, the fundamentals. They take care of the football, they get takeaways, and those are the most consistent teams. And so all we got to do is get back to that, man, playing clean football. And it really is as simple as that. It doesn't mean it's easy, but it is that simple. And it's all in our hands. It's all in our control. And that's the great thing about it.
Kind of prophetic, maybe looking back, was after that Packers loss, you said every team goes through adversity, and I think you said at the time, like, this may not be it for us, or it may happen to any team, September, October, December. Did you see anything in your team then that made you believe there could be more rocky roads?
Man, I've been a part of all of it. I really have. I've been at lowest lows and highest highs, and inevitably, you don't always know when and why and what necessarily. But I know this: if you got the right guys, the right coaches, you'll find your way out of it. And the most important thing is that we don't buy into the narrative that is not inside of our building and what the tape says. Man, that'll always, you got to honor the tape, man. Honor what you put on film Sunday and what is the issue. And that's as simple as that. But man, you just stay consistent. We stay consistent, We start acting like the house is burning down. I mean, it's going to get worse. We know what we got to do. I know exactly what we have to do. And I know this, it all starts tomorrow. We got to go back to work. And I know today we got to put together a great game plan. We're on a short week, and this team's playing at a high level. They get takeaways, number one in the league. They're efficient on offense, and so we got our hands full.
Watching the film and everything like that, based on the game plan, did you feel in any sense that Ben was a little bit too conservative?
I thought Ben called a great game. I loved what he called. It's exactly what I wanted him to call. It was a hell of a job. And the way we played that first half was perfect. We knew what kind of game that was going to be in those elements. And we just didn't execute, We didn't execute. And look, Goff has played better, but yet, man, he did some things well for us. That 4th and 3 was an outstanding throw, The turnover that really got us was the snap. That was the one. The other two on 4th down, like the first one, 4th and 10, I love the throw. He gave us a chance, I'm not going to punt from the 35, So I love that. He gave us a chance. And the other one, 4th and 24, I mean, we're just trying to get a DPI. That's a hope and a prayer there at the end. So those to me weren't even turnovers for Goff. I mean, it was a snap, and that was really, that's between a couple of people. So, but yeah, to answer your question, I like what Ben did. I really did, man. We had a chance, and we come out at halftime. We find a way to score, or get back on the board at some point there. I felt like we would have gotten our momentum back. We just couldn't do it.
You hit ruts, whatever this may be, just because there's human nature involved. Is it tough for players, for people to regain that level that they were playing at before? And if so, how do you make sure that they understand that, this happens to everyone in the league, and we can work?
Here's the good question. Here is the most encouraging thing about what happened yesterday. Some of our best players on the team did not play well. And that's encouraging going into this one, because those are prideful guys, and those are our dudes. And believe me, those guys are going to come back, no different than us as coaches. we're going to be at our best. And you know, I just know what kind of locker room we got, what kind of players, and we will respond. We will respond.
We talked about Bruce Irvin earning a bigger role. He had the ankle thing last week. Was that the biggest factor in him not being elevated for this last one?
Yes. Yep. He's improving too.
On the field door, you guys gave him his debut yesterday and playing 25% of snaps. Just what did you see out of him, and how do you anticipate his role developing over the next week?
Yeah, I thought it was solid. You know, he did some good things for us. There's a few things that just getting up to speed with our terminology, how we do things, you know, that we got to get him caught up a little bit more on. But all in all, I thought he was what we thought he would be. He's competitive, he's smart, and he's pretty crafty, you know. So yeah, I still see he and Jerry just kind of working in there a little bit together. All right, thanks.